Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well and also, being the best version of themselves, or at least trying. Especially when realize that, oh my gosh, it is 3 months left of the year. Damn, time flies. And it's like, I'm thinking, like, not even that. I just like that realization is just like, oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out how to even like start the video and shit, but I just can't. Like, oh shit, got to. Cause as we ripping and running and just like life is just lifing for us, for everybody and thing, it's like we'll forget like how fast time flies, and it's like now that we're about to be going into a new year, a lot of people realizing that they're not gonna see 2024 5. You get me? I'm saying it's like, damn. I realized that it's disheartening, but gotta tough it out and and live for those that unfortunately wasn't isn't able to you know bring in 2025 or whatever you know and sing. But yes, think I was trying to work it in, but just letting it flow. But it's like things might not seem like how you want it to come out or whatever. Like you have everything all planned out. Listen, let me tell you something. Unless you have like a flexible plan, you know, you're gonna be disappointed. Okay? And I'm not saying like, oh, to just give up on your goals and your ideas or whatever. No, I'm not saying that. Never. I would never say that. I encourage everyone to, live your life, live your dreams, do what you love, because that's where you really see like, yo, that's not even work. Like, it really isn't, or whatever. So like certain things, when like people would ask me about, especially like if it's something that, ooh, how you doing? When you talk about like herbs and like certain whatever, like not even certain elements, like whatever it is, if it's something for me to just like dive right in and it's like I can tap into so many different anyways, I won't bore y'all anyways. But it's like when you do what you love, it's not work. And then it's like, what, you making money off of that? You can make a income, like be your own boss. And it's like it's not even work. And it's like you put in all the energy that you would put on like having a boss or whatever, and going to a regular 9 to 5, whatever hours, but like you on the clock, you on somebody else's clock. That same energy, enthusiasm that you had when you was working for someone, imagine when you doing it for yourself and you love what you're doing. Let me tell you, you would not have time to even be thinking or be even like wondering. Bad grammar and all, right? Bad grammar and all. But it's like you wouldn't even have time to think like, oh, I wonder what's going over there or how people are viewing you and whatever. Because you're doing what you love and it's making a difference, and you're doing what you love. Shit. But so I say that to say, like, it might not seem how you want it to go, but you stay flexible and optimistic. You trust the process and know that God got you. Okay? Just I I'm not gonna say anything that, like, for one, I've never experienced. So I won't. I know what I'm like. Not even that I know what I'm talking about. Confirmation with the wind blowing in my face. It's not that I'm like, oh, I know what I'm talking about, so you better listen. No, not even. Okay, but what I speak on, it might sound easier said than done, and trust and believe it when I say, yeah, it does sound easier said than done. But take it from a person that's lived through it. I'm telling y'all what I'm went through, what I'm going through, or whatever, and it's like I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay? So it's possible to get through all the trials and the tribulation and come out a bad motherfucker. Okay? like an unstoppable divine force. What does a unstoppable divine force look like? When you become one, then let me know. Alright? Let the world know. Because our description and I like definition of things, it's only limited to our perception, our knowledge limits us to, through the restriction. So it's like, listen, think outside of the box, cut that limitation or whatever, because the only thing that's limiting anyone is themselves. First and mostly. And it's easier said than done, because it's like, man, people think that being in, like, going to jail, like actual physical incarceration or whatever, is like the worst thing. Y'all forgot mental prison. That mental prison, that shit ain't no joke at all. Like, nah. Okay? To be imprisoned and like you're walking around, okay? You can eat, shit, shower, whatever, sleep whenever you want to. But in here, you ain't going nowhere. What do you call it? Arrested development. So it's like you could be in your 30s or whatever, but up here is like you're 12 and under or whatever, So it's like that's some serious thing, and that happens because we feel as though that what caused that split or whatnot is too devastating to revisit, resolve, heal. I know it's, come on, certain things, like, yeah, you can't go back in time and change it. You can't just like, oh, I forgive the situation, and oh, poof, it never happened. Nah. You take you take everything, every lesson, okay, that you learned from from everything, every trauma, every bad thing that has ever happened to you. You're here now, or whatever. So clearly it made you stronger some way, somehow, some shape or form, or whatever. So utilize that and help others that's either going through it or prevent them from going through it. So it's like, when people say like hurt people, that's some bullshit. Okay? Because all of us have been, or is still being hurt, or whatever. And I guarantee you, whatever hurt we've going through, all that good stuff, you wouldn't want to put that on an innocent person or anybody. So that whole saying, hurt people, nah, cowards, weak cowards hurt people because they want to feel superior or whatever, because they're too chicken shit or whatever to basically like heal their shit. So they want to basically revisit that on somebody else, and it's like, okay, well, you're gonna feel how I feel, and I'm gonna dominate you. That never fucking makes sense. You can't even control yourself. And once anybody has control over themselves, trust the believer, you wouldn't want or even fathom having control over anybody or whatever. So it's like, when I hear people say like, oh, you need to be controlled, or you need to, I need to know how to be submissive, and I'm just like, it's nothing wrong with it being, like, first of all, I have 99.9% of the time when motherfuckers, like, and I'm talking about females and dudes, bring up submission or whatever, like, they looking at it on just their perspective or whatever. They don't look at what they look. Well, hell yeah, basically looking at their perspective, like basically like how the upside of how they view it. The submission towards them versus it's an equal submission. Okay, and it's not like, oh, you gotta worship the floor that I walk on or kiss my ass or none of that. submission is equal respect at the end of the day. Like, but whatever. Mind my business and keep it moving. But it's like when they bring that up, it's more of a domination type situation, and it's just like, what the fuck? And they can't control their emotions nor the demons inside of them. And it's like half of the time they don't even know that they got demons inside of them. They just think that they're just narcissists. They're just narcissists for no reason. And it's just like, okay, I don't think you were born like that or whatever, you know. But okay, what's a why now or whatever, you know. But listen, continue to let your light irritate their fucking demons because listen, they be acting like, oh, they know better. Okay, that's fine. Okay, congratulations, kudos to you. I respect your opinion. All right, everyone has one. How you feel about a situation, I respect that. Okay, but don't come for me because I don't feel the same way. I don't believe whatever. You get me? I said like that don't mean like, oh, we need to go to war or whatever. And that whole war shit is so crazy. It's so to me because it's like they warring with me behind the scenes and literally like blocking me from actually like seeing the fight that I'm supposedly in without them. The war, the fight, the competition, whatever. I'm trying to figure it out, and it's like I keep on getting like these weird projections and stuff, and I'm just like, stop! It don't make any sense. Like, how? What type of competition could there ever be when one the person that the so-called competition is with doesn't even know about it. They just doing their regular, degular, schmegular, divine, natural self. It's just like, that okay. And then the next thing, then the next like is the competition is who does the person that don't know about the competition, who do them better, who can be them better. Oh, these comics don't make no sense though. Like the time it takes for them to actually like pretend and siphon from another, it's just letting their higher self know that they ain't shit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like that's supposed to let you know. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck? Are you that fucked or whatnot? Because it's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to be nobody but myself. I don't want to be nobody but myself because, like, man, I'm a vibe, and it's like, not to say, like, oh, I'm better. No. I think everyone has their own unique qualities that makes them a fucking vibe, especially when they're being their true, authentic self. Not trying to, like, oh, well, you know what, I think everyone would like me if I'm this, if I'm that. Do they like themselves, how they are portraying to the world? Oh, okay. Because let me tell you something. It don't even matter. Like it's not that I try to blend in or I purposely try to like stand out or whatever. Like I don't know. I'm just how I am, you know. And most of the time, they'll look at me like, "Yo, what is you doing here? Like you stick out like." Not like a sore thumb, like, but you stick out, like you can tell, like you don't belong here, and but yet after like a couple, like not even a couple, after a conversation, or whatever, or seeing how my demeanor is, they're like, some of them they don't want to admit it. They'll just like secretly say it to themselves or whatever. But like, okay, I'm not even gonna say that part. But anyways, or they'll actually like take accountability, like I really I misjudged you. I thought and I'm like, listen, I get that. I respect the honesty, and it's like that's how another conversation comes up, and then you're like, yo, you something else, and I'm like, when I hear that, I get mixed feelings because, and that's why I always take a step back when anyone says that, so I can actually fully like process how they're saying it or whatever, like in what context, what context, or whatever. auntie. Um, so like sometimes it's a good thing, like oh my goodness, or sometimes it's a bad thing, or it's like a mystery. I get that. I get it. And that's just me being me. Now you never know. Tap into yourself. Tap into like learn more about yourself every day. Man, let me tell you, you would be so surprised at the wonders that lays within you. The motherfucking power like house of wonderfulness. Okay, and it's like, oh goodness, just I don't even. I'm gonna just end it like that. Y'all, mwah, be good.